This week's Torah portion of Parshat Vayetze has such an important and vital lesson, not only with regards to us and our approach to our lives, but with regards to people who are struggling around us. The Torah tells us, Vayetze Yaakov meBe'er Sheva vayelech Harana. There are two actions that are being defined here. Yaakov Vayetze, he leaves a place, vayelech Harana, and he goes to a place. What we learn from here is a very, very important lesson. A person sometimes has to get up and leave. A person sometimes has to get up and go and flee. But they also have to ultimately know where they're headed to. And it's fascinating. When Rivka tells Yaakov to leave because of his treacherous and murderous brother Esav, she says, Kum lech berach lecha min achecha Esav. Get up and flee, run away from your brother Esav, who is threatening you. That is to flee, to run. But when Yitzchak, who also recognizes that Yaakov has to leave, when he tells him to leave, he says, Kum v'tzei al tikach isha mibnot Canaan, tzei v'kach lecha isha mibnot Lavan. Get up, leave, but for a purpose. Don't just run away from Esav, but know where you're going to. I want you to run away from the Bnot Khan because I want you to look for the proper woman to marry. That woman that you can marry is from Bnot Lavan. So yes, you have to get up and leave, but the purpose also is to be able to find a proper spouse, a person who you can build the future nation with. So it's not just fleeing, but it's knowing where you're going to with that purpose. It is so important for us to be able in our own lives to incorporate this message, to know that sometimes we have to run, sometimes we have to get out of here, sometimes we have to leave a place, but know where you're going to. Focus where you want to be. That helps us plan our goals and aspirations. You know that a person is at a highest risk when a person is suicidal and they were institutionalized, or when a person dealt with an addiction. The highest risk that they're at is when they leave that institution or when they leave their support group. Why? Because all of a sudden they're vulnerable. They were in a place, they knew that they had to leave, but now that they're leaving that institution, now that they're leaving that support group, now that they're leaving that closed environment that was protective, where are they going to? What is the purpose? It is so important for us to remember that that's when people are most vulnerable, not during the time that they're being healed, but after they're healed and they're leaving a place. Find a new place for them to go to. What is their purpose for further existence? They must find that framework. It is so important for us to remember, and we learn it from this week's Parsha. This is the message that we have. Vayetze Yaakov, sometimes we have to leave, sometimes we have to know that we have to avoid behavior, but Vayelech Harana, we have to know where we're going to. We have to establish and infuse purpose in our lives. Shabbat shalom.